5, and this one has a 1 1/4 inch spine, and this one has a 1 3/4 inch spine. This one is just a vintage style, and this one is using the Tea Party kit from Tsunami Rose. So this one is a nice sort of spring themed book, and it will be great for like as a garden party guest book or whatever you want it for. So both these will be listed on my Etsy, and I'll show you this one first. So this one has some nice bright papers on the front, and the colours are mainly pink and mint. It has some Hessian ribbon that is wrapped around. The sari silk closure, and I also added some charms. So we've got a little teapot and a clock, and then just a little pink bead and another little cream bead, and there's also a little teddy bear bead on one of the tags. So on the inside I've used one of the journal cards, and these are some of the recipe cards that come with the kit. And what does this, yeah, this has 2 signatures. So here we've got a couple of little, this is from the kit, and these are just some little cutouts that I have from somebody, I can't think, as a seller on Etsy. I'll try to link them down below, who they are. It's another journal card. Then there's some tracing paper, some notebook paper, and all the pages are tea dyed, apart from some of the scrapbook paper is not. I did some pink ribbon, silk ribbon ruffles, little lace pocket here. It's just a little spare piece of paper that I made into a tag. That's another journal card from the kit. Some of the other images I got from the Graphics Fairy, and I think it was either the Graphics Fairy or the Old Design Shop. Some nice pink seam binding on that tag. To flip out, a little tag, a journal card, and this is the first of the charms. And this is some ivory coloured parchment paper, some graph paper, another little tuck spot here with some music sheet paper, and this is just a little booklet I made. This just has a few pieces of parchment paper that were left over. And in both the signatures in the middle I've made an envelope. And it's just quite big, quite a nice big envelope, so you can use that for some extra storage. And there's another one of these tags. I think it's actually Hermelinda that does these tags. And here are just a few little sentiment tags. There's quite a lot of, there's lots of ephemera that comes with the kit. So I've just paper clipped them, and then you can add them into the book wherever you like. And then that's the teapot. This is a bit of Tsunami Rose ephemera, and I just stitched a nice piece of ribbon on there. Lots of writing space. Got another little pocket here. That's just a little tag and another one of the little sentiments there. This is another one of the journal cards from the kit. And some really good transfer there. And then that's just a little cutout. That's all been, some of the pages have been stitched. Tea-dyed doily. This is another large journal card from the kit. Another sentiment, and that's another little piece from that seller that I can't think of. But I will link her down below in the description box. And then there's a second signature. The inside has been seeded calico, has been glued onto the inside spine to give it some strength. That's the other paper clip. And on here it's just a little bookmark with some fibres and another one of those recipe cards. Another silk ribbon ruffle. That's just a little pocket there. Another flip up that you could seal down and make into a pocket if you wanted. That's another journal card from the kit, and that's another recipe card. Really pretty. I wanted to use the pages in this book, but I'd already made the cover, and I wasn't able to resize the pages to small enough to fit in the book, but I did use most of the ephemera. So we've got another pocket here, and that's another image from the old design shop and a journal card. Another little journal card, some more ribbon sewn on there, and then this is also something that's with the kit, comes with the kit. And this is printed out onto parchment paper. I did forget to tell you that some of the journal cards are printed onto parchment paper as well. Another journal card there. Another sentiment. Another little pocket there with another journal card. Then this is one of the pieces that I glued on and made into a pocket. And then we've got a little tag with a teddy bear charm and a garment pin. And then this is an envelope from the kit, which this has been printed onto parchment paper as well. So you've got a nice little journal card there. I'll put that away later. And that's the back of the book. So that's that one. This one I used some lovely wrapping paper that I bought from the Paperchase, which I've glued on. It's a lovely floral pattern with a little bird up there, and you've got the script text as well. And then I used a piece of linen fabric which I've wrapped around the spine, and you've got the little bits of cheesecloth at the top and bottom, a piece of lace on here. And then the closure I did with this one, it did start off as just a piece of muslin, but I did think that it was just too weak with just the muslin, so I've sewn sari silk ribbon onto it as well. So that gives it a little bit more strength. And that's removable. So they're lovely paper design. I'll just show you that again. And this one has 3 signatures. So we have a nice lace pocket here, which I've backed onto some tea-dyed paper. Just got a little card there, journal card. Some of the ephemera in here is from the Tim Holtz ephemera packs. So it's a little journal card. And on this pocket I just put a little piece of muslin at the side there. I did a little bit of layering with lace, a ticket and a postage stamp. Some lovely tea-dyed papers in this one. That's some little piece of ink sprayed paper that I had left over. Some vintage music sheet paper that's been tea-dyed. I've also used some of the memoranda paper in here, the Tim Holtz memoranda paper. So we've got a paper bag in the middle, and this is just a little booklet that I've made. Just leftover pieces of paper, and I've just wrapped a piece of fabric around that and sewn it down. And in this one, it's just a little bit of spare scrapbook paper. I've done some more of my little journal cards, and these have been cut out of botanical books, and I've just stitched around the edge, and they've been backed onto tea-dyed paper. It's a piece of book paper from the book called Lorna Doone. Another flip out. Some tea-dyed lace on there. These are just a couple of little journal cards. They're from the Prima Fairy Rhymes paper. So on the beginning of the second signature, I've cut down an alteration card. I've used an old playing card here, which this is something I've seen Debbie Ann do from Ephemera's Garden, and she often takes her playing cards and she just lightly sands them. So I don't know if you can see that, and it just gives it a little bit older, rougher look. I've inked that up, put a piece of burlap and a postage stamp. Another little pocket, little top pocket. Here I've just used a piece of Tim Holtz wallflower paper, and I've just made that into like a little flip. I've just stapled that at the top. Another pocket with a manila tag, and I've stamped a fairy on there. And that's just an extra little piece of paper. Paper bag. Another little pocket here with a journal card. And here, this is just a little flower that I fussy cut from a botanical book. And this is a vintage vocabulary card. Some more tea-dyed lace in a pocket. It's just a little journal card. This is the last signature, and on this one I've used some Tim Holtz ephemera, piece of cheesecloth, an inked up little bird, and a tiny little postage stamp. And this is a journal card from one of Nick the Booksmith's kits. These are some envelopes that I had. I've just done some pretty little stamps in the corner, and I've decoupaged a napkin onto the front. Oops, if I can get it out. That's just a little journal card inside there. You could put a photo on that card. That's some vintage paper from a sewing book. Another stamped tag. That's another little flower that I've fussy cut, and that's the other end of the alteration tag. That's another journal card that I've made. Another journal card. And then here is quite a big pocket, and there's just a couple of little journal cards from a paper pad, and that's the back. And again, this one has the seeded calico that's been glued to the inside of the spine to keep it so it's nice and strong. So that's those two. I'll have the links down below in my in the description box if you'd like to check them out on Etsy. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.